Top of the morning to you. Today's gonna be a good day. I just feel like so relaxed right now. We got all the filming for Marysville out of the way. We've hosted the bike event. Today is the story time. I'm excited about it. I think it's gonna be outside, which will be our first outdoor story time event, I think. Yes, this will be our first outdoor story time event. It is like crisp, clean air this morning, which makes all the difference. It's not humid and sticky. Oh, I love it. I just love that so much. So kids are in there just playing and coloring, and Kylan's sleeping because his schedule is totally opposite. You know, he can't get any work done when we're all awake because everyone loves Dad and loves to be around Dad. He's a fun guy. So also, he spends a lot of his time switching toilets and doing all these extra things that he doesn't have time to actually work. So anyway, what are you doing, Briar? Anyway, so yeah, so he stayed up working last night, but today is a good day. Shout out to Berkey, okay? Without this Berkey filtering system, I would be lost.
I'd be sick. I'd be dead.
Whoa, that escalated quickly. Dude, it's crazy to look at this calendar because so much happens in between these days. Like, we filmed a Brekkie Break. We filmed 3 Brekkie Break episodes right here. We filmed one right here. No, we filmed one on the day of the clinic. Anyway, yeah, and then just the chaos that ensues that you cannot predict. What a crazy life, man. Prince Edward. Come here, Prince. His hair looks like a prince to me. How you doing, baby? You okay? Here, you sit right here. Look at that. The throne of sunlight. Why is my phone doing this? I love you. Are you okay? You look like I'm about to give you a haircut, and I'm not. Dude, and just like that, I freaking forgot that we ran out of music shakers at the last event, and we forgot to order more. So we have an event in 2 hours.
And we haven't a moment to lose. We must continue.
And we haven't a moment to lose. Oh, that was funny timing. Anyway, so I gotta run to the dollar store and buy, I don't know, find something that can hold beads and bells. Oh my gosh. The professionalism of Brekkie Break just goes down, down, down every single time. I'm over here like, it's gonna be a super chill day. I feel so relaxed. And then I noted, I'm like, I'm so glad I thought of it when I did. But I was like, wait a minute, Kylan, like, we're out of music shakers, like the shaker part. We've got all the filling stuff, but I'm out of the eggs. So I am on my way to the dollar store hoping that I can find some type of containers for kids to make music shakers. Oh man, I'm here at the dollar store. Okay, I need to find little containers that can fit stuff in it for music shakers. Nothing. All right, there's a Walmart right over here, so that's my last option, man. Dude, this is a little bit stressful, but at the same time, worst case scenario, I can just have the kids make little like bead bracelets with pipe cleaners. I notice a lot of kids love to do that anyway. They put the beads on the pipe cleaners and then they wrap the pipe cleaner really tight, you know, like, you know, then the parents help them twist the end of the pipe cleaner to kind of go over their wrist like a bracelet. So I have to like ask myself, like, what's the worst thing that will happen? And it's like, the moms and dads that show up will think that I'm ill-prepared and unprofessional because I didn't have the craft supplies. That's the worst case. The kids, on the other hand, they don't care. They're just happy. They're happy to be there. They're happy to do anything that I want to do with them. So it's fun. And I think at the end of the day, parents don't actually judge that much, but I think that's just what goes on in my head, is like, if I came to an event and the host wasn't prepared or didn't have enough supplies, especially if it's a sponsored event, it's like, dude, get it together, you know? But I can't think like that. I just have to let it go. So I'm gonna check Walmart and see if they have some little Easter eggs. That's another option. All right, I've asked around. They don't have anything. So I'm gonna have to pivot. So, man, this is frustrating. I wish so hard. This is a whole another thing about just doing this, just Kylan and I, is we literally have to remember everything. We have to think of everything, plan for everything, and it's really hard to do that. So I dropped the ball, and anyway, I gotta get back and grab everybody and get ready to head to this story time event. These little things that aren't a big deal feel like a big deal when they're my priority. So I'm super frustrated that I couldn't find any like containers for music shakers, and I'm frustrated that I didn't think to buy anymore. That's just irritating to me, but I have to be okay with it. Like I have to just move on and just, okay, Breck, you can say that all day, but you gotta believe it.
All right, we're headed into Marysville to a story time. So we'll see how many people show up. We have a lot of people kind of pre-signed on Facebook and on our email, so it seems like it could be a big event. We'll see how many people actually show up out here in the little old town of Marysville, but it should be a fun time. So this is our last event here in Ohio, and then we have a couple days off, which is nice. So I'm going to try to get some work done later this afternoon, but first, story time.
Dude, freaking, this is crazy. I did not have time to make the kids lunch, so I brought stuff to make peanut butter and honey sandwiches. But we need to pull up to the library in a couple minutes, but I don't want to obviously do this out front of a library, so we're at a park right now, and we need to be at the library to set up for this storytime event soon. And ugh, crazy times. Here you go.
Eat up.
Brecky Breck Books and Bikes tour shirts. I love it.
I want one, Mommy. I want one.
Mom's busting out a cameo real quick in her actual suit.
You guys are going to storytime.
Her muscles, man.
Brecky Breck's not that muscular.
What is this lady doing?
Can you sit down in your seat now?
Well, this was a bit chaotic. So yesterday we found out we were going to be outside, and then we kind of learned that they do like a community lunch out here. So we were last minute, so we didn't have that much setup time. And because it's outside, there are a bunch of people already here. So so Breck wasn't able to kind of help set up. We didn't have our shakers. And then we were gonna do pipe cleaners, and Breck forgot the pipe cleaners, so we didn't have enough pipe cleaners, so we were scrambling to get pipe cleaners. We asked the library if they had extra pipe cleaners. So now Breck started really early, so now we're gonna have everyone sit on the ground. People that are showing up later feel like they're missing out already, so man, it's a little bit frustrating. I get frustrated with Breck in these moments because I like to plan and check and know things ahead of time, and she likes to just kind of show up and do stuff and kind of rely on her ability to just do stuff, but then you run into problems, then you're not prepared. So anyway, a little bit frustrating, but whatever, here we are. Kids don't care, they're having a fun time, so. All right, we are headed home, or back to the RV park, which is home, right? And Breck is making the reel from our event, and we're gonna hang out the rest of the day. I gotta get some work done around the RV park, around the RV itself. I'm gonna check the tire. I think I'm losing air in one of the tires, and I gotta do an oil change and get some work done on the computer. So it's a working day.
see a basketball that's close to the road, you have to shoot it.
Classic.
What are they doing? Put your pants up. What?
Okay, let's go. I'm driving away.
Keep going, keep going.
It's amazing how much I feel blessed by all these experiences and these events that we host, and even my ride home from Walmart after not finding any little containers and feeling like crap, like I need to pivot and I'm gonna have to be okay with that. In the end, the pipe cleaner craft, that ended up being a really fun special craft for kids. I have to paint this picture. So we get to the library and they're doing their little lunch thing, and we're trying to figure out where we should like be under this like undercover thing. And so Kylan's like, let's do it over there, but then the road's really loud and it's next to the road and we don't want little toddlers by the road. So then he's like, let's do it over there, but there's other families over there, so we're gonna have to like kind of hope that they move out of the way. So we go over to that corner and we start setting up, and there are kids there. I'm dressed as Brecky Brick already. I've got my bow and my glasses on because I knew that everyone's outside, so they're gonna be like seeing me. And so I told my kids and Kylan in the car, okay guys, like there are people here, like I'm Brecky Brick now, you know. And so I just like got out of the car smiling and just ready to be like interact with these precious kids. And so through all this, we're setting up, and I get to the bottom of the bin and I'm like smiling because there's kids sitting at a picnic table staring at me and smiling, just excited to come over and say hi, but their moms are like keeping them at bay so that I can set up. And so I'm smiling and I'm looking in the bin and I'm like, crap, we don't have any pipe cleaners. And so I tell Kylan, Kylan's stress level starts to tick up a notch, and I can see that on him because not only is the situation stressful with all the people around trying to set up, but also like him and I have like what we would like this event to look like, and then of course it's not panning out like that at all. So long story short, he is stressed and he looks at me and he's like, Brick, go over there to the librarian and ask if they have pipe cleaners, like if they have more pipe cleaners. And he was like, just ignore the kids for now. And he says that to me, and he meant it. He didn't mean it to be like rude. He just was like, just come on, focus, like help me out here, you know, because we don't have a team and our kids aren't. So I turn around to go to the end of the picnic table to go around, and boom, there's a group of little kids right there. Brecky Brick. I drop down onto my knees, hey, and I give this little boy a hug, and I'm like talking to him. And so Kylan, I just completely was like, forget everything that Kylan said, like no way, I'm not ignoring them. And he obviously didn't mean that like in that way. And when he saw that all those kids were right there to greet me, he was like, okay, Breck's not happening anymore. So I'm like visiting with them, asking them questions, giving them hugs, taking pictures. And while all that's going on, Kylan goes over and asks the librarian, and he runs in and grabs more pipe cleaners, and they take care of it and they finish setting up. And I bring all the kids over to this grassy area and visit with them and talk about their day and how everything's going, and talk about their favorite videos and all this, you know, Brecky Brick videos. It was super sweet. So by the end of all this, so the event just continues on from there, and I read the books, we make the craft. The craft went amazing. He had grabbed more pipe cleaners while I wasn't paying. They took care of everything. My kids and Kylan set up the tables with the tablecloths and all the stuff, and they took care of all of it. And the event went amazing. I had a blast. I feel like our kids had a blast. The kids that all came, the families, they had fun. At the end, there was a mom who I got to visit with a little bit, and her son, they came to, sorry, I'm definitely going to get emotional here, so brace yourself. They came to the BMX track event, and it was really fun and special. And she said that he's 4 years old, almost 5, and he's been watching our videos for the last couple years. After the event was over, him and his brother went and played with my kids and some other kids out in the field, and I kind of visited with some of the parents, like under the pavilion. And so I got to like just share my heart and visit with them and ask them about their life and what they're up to and the exciting things going on. And it was really fun. And then as their kids all come back, all of our kids kind of come back and they're playing, and they go to say goodbye, and she hands me a card, and so she hands it to her son to hand to me, and so I look at him and I'm like, should I open the card now or later? You know, it's hard because they kind of like, sometimes I can't tell. I'm like, should I, you know, it's like one of those things, like, do you open a gift in front of the people or like later? Like, what's the respectful thing to do? And so I opened it and took a picture because he had written his name on the bottom of the card. And so I took a picture with him holding the card and all that. But she had written a note and given us some cash in the card. And so I was like, oh, wow, thank you. She's like, yeah, I just wrote you a note and all this. So I take a picture with her son, and it's super sweet. We say our goodbyes, and he says goodbye to my kids. Like, bye, you know, calls them all by their name, and they're saying bye by his name. And it was really sweet. They get in the car, we get in the car, and we're heading out, and I pull the card back out and read her note. And I just started to cry because, man, you know, when people like see you for who you are, I'm just gonna read it. And I know this, I mean, a lot of times this probably isn't a normal thing to do, but I think this perfectly encapsulates my heart. And so it felt really good, like, to be seen and to like be heard. And I definitely think that God speaks through people, so I feel like God spoke through her to me through this note. So it says, Brecky Breck, we are so glad you came to Ohio. The Books and Bikes tour is an amazing idea, and we are so excited to be here. Her son has been watching your videos for several years, and they have inspired him to try and do so many things. He adores you, and so do we. You are even more beautiful in person, and you did not disappoint. This mama had tears in her eyes watching you encourage him, hug him, pushing him on his bike, and signing that book. Seeing you again at the library today is such a joy. Most importantly, I'm thankful for your faith in Jesus. I see the fruits of the Spirit in you. I see them in your videos. I feel them written in your Instagram posts, and of course they are shining they are shining out of you. And of course, they are shining out as you are in front of us. I have been praying for you along this journey, praying for your kids, your marriage, your travels, and your hearts. My son asks if he can see you all the time. Now, if he can see you all the time. He was so heartbroken when I explained it was just this week. His tears are so full of love for you. I told him no matter where you go, even if we don't get another chance for now, the best is yet to come, because I know that God is preparing a place in heaven for you too. Nothing competes with being able to tell him that. God will honor your sacrifice and bless many through you. Thank you, Breaky Breck and family. And then she signed all their names. And man, I know, like, I have ups and downs, you know. I have ups and downs on the road, and this daily vlog is kind of showing, it's really vulnerable. I told Kylan the other night, I'm like, it's really vulnerable because when you do a daily vlog, you're pretty much recording bits throughout the day, and you don't, you know, when he mashes up multiple days, he can leave out certain days, or we just don't record when we're in a bad mood or something, you know. But when you're doing a daily vlog, you're kind of sharing, like, obviously we don't share everything in 13 minutes or however long these videos even turn out to be. But, you know, it does, if Kylan's off or not in a good mood, you can tell because he's not in the video a lot, or he's, you know, I didn't really record him much, or I'm talking on behalf of him, and vice versa, you know. Sometimes I just need to have some space and be alone, and he'll take the kids on an adventure and do that. So, anyway, all this to say, I have these ups and downs, and I feel like, you know, I'm like, I question if what I'm doing even matters. I question, you know, I miss the face-to-face interaction that I have with women and with friends. And so to be, like, in a community like in Port Angeles, or even being here, you know, being able to talk with other moms and, like, collaborate or have these conversations about the struggles of motherhood or the struggles of just, you know, our culture and raising kids in the generation that they are in, you know, and what's the future, all those things, you know. And so I feel lonely at times, but I know that I'm not alone at all. But it's like this very weird, you know, space that I'm in. And then of course the days that I'm having an off day, sometimes I'll be frustrated or impatient with my kids and stressed, and it just comes out. And then I feel like if I can't be the mom that I feel I'm supposed to be for them, because I'm stressing myself out with all these external things, all these extra things, why am I even doing these extra things then? Like, I shouldn't be doing any of this until I can get my stuff together with my children, you know? But then I'm like, okay, but I'm like that even when I have nothing else but motherhood going on, you know? It's like a natural thing. So anyway, all that to say, man, I just really needed that encouragement today. And even leaving Walmart and having that moment of like, I have to pivot, and I truly have to say to the camera, and I said it, you know, Breck, you can't just say that it's fine and then treat everyone around you like it's not fine. I can't just get back from Walmart, come into the RV stressed out, be like, Kylan, I didn't find what I was looking for, blah, 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 and then just stress everyone else out. Like, I truly had to take a moment in the car and go, it's actually fine. Like, God is good and he's gonna take care of it. And like I said, these kids don't care, you know? And so when push comes to shove, when you host these events and things are kind of like random and chaotic and you don't know, it's like, I just feel so blessed. I feel, and it's like, how much do you talk about God or your faith on these things, you know, and how much do people care? And it's like, but to me, like, he is everything, and he literally keeps showing up in the smallest and biggest ways, and it means a lot. And so I grew up in a Christian family, but Jesus wasn't really real to me personally until about 12 years old. And I mean, and I would say maybe younger than that. I asked Jesus into my heart when I was like 5 at a VBS, but at 12 years old, it was like my relationship with God was real. And I can share that experience later. But since that time in my life, it's like, even throughout middle school, high school, it's like, I know who I am. I know who I'm created to be. And obviously I have doubts. Obviously the enemy wants to speak lies into your heart, into your mind, and tell you that you're this or that, the other thing, you're not worthy, you're not good enough. But at the end of the day, it's like God keeps pushing in, and it just feels so good and relieving to serve a God that loves you so much that he would use situations to like breathe joy and life and encouragement into your day, you know. So I don't know where you guys are at with your faith or whatever, but I can't not talk about that. Like, it's just, and I'm not gonna silence myself just because whatever, you know, it's not worth it. So anyway, it's a good day, and me deliberately choosing to have peace and to just like rest in today, like that, this is evidence of why it's good to do that, you know. So this is so long, but so it's a good day.
TSC. All right, kids and I are running some errands. Breck's at the RV taking a kid-free break. That's cool. Anyway, I need to get a few things to fix the RV. Hi there. I'm picking up a few things. I got some oil. I'm doing an oil change. I need to get a new lock for our trailer hitch. The old lock I had from our old trailer actually doesn't fit, which is weird because they're mostly the same trailer, but the like the hitch area is a little bit bigger, so our lock doesn't fit over it. Oh, that was weird. That was the first. I walked in with the kids and I was recording, and I have a little like tripod, but I'm just on my phone, and the cashier kind of like looked at me weird. I said hi, and then the like manager came bolting out of nowhere. She's like, "Excuse me, sir, is that recording? Is that recording?" I was like, "What? My phone?" He's like, "Yeah, is that recording?" I wasn't even recording at the time. And then I was like, "No, right now." And I don't know, he's being all weird about it, like I was in there to prank him or steal stuff or something. So That's weird. That's the first time that ever happened. But we're in a smaller town, so I don't think knows. Maybe they get teenagers to come and mess with them or something. But we're going to Family Farm Home just to check it out. All right, we're gonna get some ducklings for our RV.
No?
We could travel with some ducklings.
Yeah, it'll be easy.
So, look at him. He's like, hey. Oh, that'd be fun to pick out some. Oh, they're so cute. In the tub. Beck and I are walking to the brewery on site of this RV park. So Camp Brew, here we come. Drink some beer. Have a date with my wife. Take back home. Rock the RV.
Okay, stop it. What is going
Test
on?
out the stabilizers.
Knock it off. Kids watch this video sometimes.
They don't know what that means. Test out the stabilizers.
Okay. Not having sugar and gluten, so.
I challenge you to our cornhole competition. I got one in the hole, but she got us both.
Gluten-free and no sugar.
Good dates end at Walmart. Am I right?
I love you.
I love you too.
I know, it's so fun to have alone time.